Hello guys and welcome to another video. Today we are going to talk about Blood Queen Lanatel. Now we are in Excel and this is a spreadsheet. I was using every single raid for this boss to determine the byte orders and to give it to players in my guild. This is something that if you are seeing this for the first time, that means you didn't play it on Lordaeron. And that means you probably didn't play it on Lordaeron if you did play on it while the content was actually hard. Now, why you need this and how does this work? And basically, this is how the whole boss works. I will go through it and explain it to you. So, first of all, positioning for this boss is really important. A few reasons for it. Byte order and constant AoE damage that you are getting, and basically bosses randomly targeting players in the raid, and everybody who is in their certain range, I think it was 8 yards or 10, I'm not sure how much they made it on Lordaeron, I forgot already, but like it's a long time ago. But basically, if you get randomly hit by that ability, everybody who is in your range will get that damage also. So obviously you wanted to have a raid that is spread, so whenever that occurs, because you cannot control it, it's random, you want only one player to take damage from it. Now, obviously as a boss that flies up in the air for 2 times at least before it enrages, or well, if you are playing on 30%, maybe don't even fly once, but yeah, range DPS is much better than melees, obviously. So this is something that you do not need if you play on 30% and if you play on unbuffed content, retail content. If you play on progressive servers where, you know, there's new content all the time and content is mostly buffed on those kinds of servers, then this is something that will help you so much. Okay, so let's go through the positioning. Obviously tanks stacked in front of the boss because of the tank mechanic that they need to be in range, they get linked, stuff like that. That's not important really. But yeah, they're basically in front of the boss stacked. Now for the melee DPS, this same rule for them taking potential random damage applies, and then you do not want to have melees all cramped up behind the boss. So anytime, every time any melee DPS get hit randomly by the boss, 10 people gets damage. That's too much. That's insane how much that is. And you can prevent this by positioning your melees in 3 melee camps. Now 3 times 3 groups for 3 melee DPS. If you have more than 9 melee DPSs, I guess you will, you know, have one group with 4, then 3-3. If you have more than 4-4-3, but if you have that many melees, I'm not really sure what you are doing. But yeah. Anyway, also there is. So you want those melees that are in the same group to be stacked on each other. So you have one group that is a little bit on the left from the boss, one group from one from the right, one from the left, and one from behind. Now there is also even more to this. For a group of melees that is behind the boss, you always want to have DK, Rogue, Paladin, or obviously Feral Druid if you have it, because they need to be behind the boss all the time. But the thing is, why you want these classes here? Because those classes have immunities from the melee DPSs, and they have immunities to the flames. So basically, when you get flames, you will get notified by DBM, and then you have like a second and a half to react. And if you use anti-magic shell, so DKs, Cloak of Shadows, Rogue, immunities like Bubble from Paladin, you know, you completely remove that from yourself, and you do not need to move away from boss, go to the wall and then place it on the wall. You just stand there and keep on DPSing. What you get from this? Well, obviously any melee that is able to do this. If you have more than 3 of those, you will put some on the sides, obviously. But the thing is, if you do this, you remove flames. It's clear, it's more clear room for the air phase and potential fuck-ups, and also those melee DPSs do not lose DPS on the boss and uptime on the boss, really important. But now, why you need them to be behind the boss, people that can remove this? Because if you have people on the side that doesn't have this, they are already on side, they just move and they are on side. It's on the wall, it's perfect, and you just go semicircle and you are fine and you go back. But if you are in the middle, you will leave some flames, like if your reaction time is really good and you start going and already here somewhere you get flames. So all of these melees that are above, they will get fucked by your flames from the middle. So you want people that have immunities to remove flames behind the boss. Now also there is one more thing that I would like to add for the melee DPSs. So if you have less than 9 of them, you want to put Demolock in one of the groups, not behind but like left or right. You want to put Demolocks there because they are obviously benefiting from their metamorphosis if they are in melee range, and then if you have free melee spot you would like to put them there, so that's a little bit of a min-max there. Now for the let's go through the healers now, because let's get this easy way out, easy thing out of the way. So basically in the room you will have that that like circle in the middle, and basically you will have 4 spikes. So you want healers to be one exactly in the middle, one on one spike, other on another spike. Now this is here for 5 healers. For hard content, like when content is buffed hard and when you are progressing, you will need 5. So this is the shape and formation you will have in the middle. So one in the straight in the middle, one on one spike, other spike, third spike, fourth spike, and you spread them also, but they are perfectly in the middle so they can heal everyone. Also a few more things for the healers. Now if you go, we did this even on Lordaeron with 3 healers on buffed content on 0% buff. Like, it was fine, but you need a lot of gear and you need people that can play the game. So with 3 healers you want to have this formation, because you want, like, if you go with Resto Shamans, you want them kinda up so they are like able to reach everyone, and then for maybe Holy Paladin being right in the middle. If you play with 3 healers, I suggest Shaman, Shaman, Holy Paladin. That's kind of what we did, and that worked best for us for 3 healing. For 4 healing, obviously you reach the same thing but without one of the back healer spots, and that spot can take range DPS. And if you go with 5, you obviously go like this. Now that's for the healers. Also, one more thing that is important as a healer is whenever boss flies up, you kind of want everyone who is melee obviously to follow the boss, and all healers to stack also in the middle, and all melees to stack in the middle, and every range DPS that is not about to get bite or already have bite to do the same. Or maybe for range DPS it's not even that much important, they can just stay and DPS the boss while boss is flying up. But you want melees and healers to stack in the middle, and you want priests to must dispel them. Either discipline, shadow, whatever kind of priest you have, just dispel everybody and then spread fast. So that is the thing for the healers. Now we come to the fun part, range DPS. So obviously you see here I have one group of range DPS right, one group of range DPS left. Now if you count all of these spots, there is 24 people in a 25-man raid. Why is that? Well, because I don't know how much of range and melee DPSs you will have. Do you have 9 melees? Then it's fine, then that is the position, and then you have and you go with 5 healers, you have one more range DPS spot, so you can place it somewhere around here, behind this. You need to make sure for this guy to be somebody who actually have a longer range, so they can reach the boss. And if you have less healers, you can just, like, this is range DPS, and then you have one more somewhere behind. But this is the important part, the shape and understanding it. Now, bite orders. So we have range DPS split in 2 groups. This is why. If you have first bite on a ranged DPS, like you should not, that should be controlled process if you are progressing this. So you have, before the fight starts, you have rogue that does tricks on the tank. You have rogue, because you should have two rogues, that does tricks on the ranged DPS that is assigned for the first bite. And then your hunters can manage like one go boss and one go on him to extra threat, or you can just, if you have proper rogue that has proper glyphs like they should, tricks of the trade, you just use one on the first bite, he goes full burst, and there is that. Another rogue and hunters do tricks and misdirect to the tank, and threat will be perfectly fine. Now, a few things that I saw during my time playing this that was very cringe was actually mages getting buff first bite, and they are using mirror images before they get the bite. Now, if you do assign your mage for the first bite, make sure that they understand how their class works. Okay, so first guy gets the bite. Okay, second time, the other guy who is assigned needs to be from this side. He needs to come few seconds before the actual bite happens and stand in front of this guy. This guy never moves. He gets bite and he does not move at all. He just stands in DPS. And then this guy comes to him, gets bite and go back. Why is that? Now we have bite on this side and bite on this side. So this guy, bite number 1, can spread bite to the guy next. This is third bite. So he's first bite, this guy is here, comes second bite and goes back. Now we have bite on both sides. Now for the third bite, guy number 1 bites this guy, so this guy actually comes in front of him and gets bite and go back, and this guy comes in front of this guy, gets bite and go back. And for the fourth bite, these guys that are behind them will go in front of them. So this guy goes here, this guy goes here, this guy goes here, and this guy goes here. They get bite, go back, bloodlust, and zerk the boss. So that's basically how this works. Now I will include this Excel file in the description below, so you can download it and use it for your raids. What I was doing is basically when I was making bite order, I just go here and I type name, name of the guy that wants to be, then this guy, just rename them so they know. And because they see this is bite 1, they bite 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, they just know how this works and they know when they need to do what. And then you can just like screenshot this and post it on your Discord before the fight, and there you go.